Hey VV Nation, welcome to our YouTube channel. You know I love bringing these videos to your attention. And you know something? Tesla is out there in the news again for the fifth price cut since January. Tesla is aggressively going after people to buy their cars, and it looks like at whatever cost necessary. So that's a bad sign when it comes down to Tesla, just putting out the quantity. And number two, can they fulfill the promises on the deliveries of the product, especially because EVs are in such high demand and Tesla is the big boy behind it. So we're going to do a deep dive into whether or not Tesla is a stock for you to be in or not. And I'm going to show you how to play it, whether it's to the bullish side or to the bearish side at a lot less money. You want to know how to do that? You make sure you stick with me to the end of this video. All right, let's get into it. So Tesla cuts U.S. prices for the fifth time since January. That's because inflation is an issue. People are, paying higher prices for everything, to include EVs. Tesla is the leader in this industry, and they're dropping their prices and causing other companies in the space, in the EV space, to do the same so that they can continue to get people to buy the cars. But wait, there's a problem. If you continue to cut your price, you're cutting into your profit margin, and then as a company, are you making money? Remember, folks don't buy stocks, they buy companies. And this is a business decision in regards to what Tesla is doing in regards to the cars. Are they making the smart decision, or are they just trying to throw a whole bunch of cars out there the best that they can, because they can, to just make money and just scrape by? If you're scraping by and I'm investing in the company, I don't want a company that just scrapes by. I want a company that's going to cause me and bring me some profits. All right, so now let's go take the next story real quick. Tesla touts tax credits and price cuts. Tax credits are going to come into play here because they're going to be becoming more stringent on the tax credits, which could affect how many cars Tesla can sell as well. Now, here's the bad news, the PR news. A Tesla owner is suing the car maker for alleged privacy violation after employees reportedly shared sensitive images from the vehicle cameras. Now, that's a problem, because a lot of people know that there's cameras everywhere, and people always want to know, is the government spying on me? Everybody's now going to want to know, is Tesla using the video that they get from my car and putting it out? Because here's a suit, and this is going to set a precedent, because now you're going to either have to crack down on who's able to see those videos in those cars. You got to put that at the higher level of management, or not just everybody being able to do that. That's going to be a problem, and it could be a PR nightmare to stymie people from buying the cars because they're not going to trust Tesla. Now, here's a story. Tesla stock has more room to drop. This is JP Morgan. Now, everybody's going to chime in on what they think about the stock. You know, I'm going to chime in as well, but I'm going to use the power of the VectorVest system to give me a better understanding and help me to make a better decision, well-rounded, on what I should do with the stock, whether I'm bullish or I'm bearish. And remember, you stick with me to the end of the video. I'm going to show you how to play it both ways. Now, as I look at what JP Morgan has to say, and the story is the story, I'm just looking at the headlines right now, I've got to ask myself, what can Tesla do? Just like Janet Jackson's song, what have you done for me lately? What has Tesla done for me lately? Well, Tesla keeps putting the cars out there, and they have the means to continue to keep putting the cars out there, because let's look at this. How many gigafactories does Tesla have? Tesla's got the wherewithal to not only provide the EV vehicles, but they have the ecosystem surrounding the EV space to make them self-sufficient as far as lithium batteries, as far as manufacturing, as far as car parts, everything. They are self-contained within a company to do it all without really having to second source any of this stuff. But they do, and they got caught up in the whole supply chain issue, but they're setting themselves up to have to be able to be self-sufficient. So here's some of the factories that are there. Fremont Factory, 2012. Giga Nevada, 2017. Giga New York, 2017. Giga Shanghai, 2019. And all of these gigafactories tend to have 10,000 plus employees. Man, that is a lot of people working for you. Gigafactory Berlin 2022, Texas 2022, Tesla Semi-Factory in 2022, that's in Story County, Nevada. And then coming in 2025 is going to be a Gigafactory in Mexico, Gigafactory number 6. 6 gigafactories. Now let's talk a little bit about these. Gigafactories, oh no, but let's go back to the story real quick. Going down to Gigafactory Fremont, can put out a ton of cars. They average about 9,000 EVs. And this is in Nevada. They average around 9,000 EVs. All right. This is Fremont. Fremont, 9,000. Gigafactory Nevada puts out about 39 gigawatts worth of battery cells. So it's not putting out cars, but they're putting out batteries. Texas. The Texas is putting out 90,000 vehicles in 2022. Wow. But 60,000 in quarter 4. 60,000 just alone in quarter 4. Gigafactory New York. Tesla partnered with Panasonic yet again to produce solar cells. The Japanese tech giant ended its involvement at the Buffalo, New York factory. Since then, Tesla has been importing photovoltaic cells it needs from China. That's not a good thing. Well, Giga Shanghai, let's go look at that. Gigafactory Shanghai put out 473,000 cars in 2021. The production in 2022 was over 750,000 vehicles. All right, let's go down to Berlin. Gigafactory Berlin capacity, 500,000 Model Ys. Good. Googly muggly. 250-acre expansion plan, which will double the production capacity in Giga Berlin. Giga Mexico, which is going to be coming. It's not there yet. It's going to be coming. Giga Mexico, production capacity, 1 million Tesla vehicles, and that is estimated. Wow. Folks, Tesla's got the ability to blow this industry out of the water as far as production of vehicles. Nobody can touch them as of yet. So that's a positive side, but can they do it? Now, let's talk about that a little bit. If they're cutting the prices on their vehicles and they're not making as much money, how do they support all of these gigafactories? That's something to think about when talking about investing in Tesla. How about this? How about even more? Possible Tesla gigafactory locations: South Korea, United Kingdom, India, Turkey. They had Russia, but they crossed that out. Rumors suggest that Russia is also on the short list, but the tension between Russian government and the U.S. certainly decreases Russia's chance to attract the world's biggest electric vehicle car maker. Folks, so with everything that they have, plus everything that they're planning to do, all of these things make you go, wow, Tesla can do it, but can they? All right. And then I've got a whole list of all of them across the world. And not only this, Germany does the Model Y and lithium batteries in the future. Remember, I'm telling you that they're going to be really self-sufficient. Mexico, next gen vehicle. That's very interesting, and that's coming in 2024. Nevada does Powerwall, Power Pack, Mega Pack. So not all of these locations do cars, but remember I told you about them being self-sufficient. Gigafactory New York, solar roof, supercharger. Shanghai puts out the Model 3 and the Y. Texas puts out the Model Y and lithium ion batteries. Automation, this is another factory in Germany. And look at all of these people that they employ. There's a ton of freaking people. I'm not saying that name. In Germany, manufacturing equipment. Germany, manufacturing equipment. United States, manufacturing equipment. Big factory in Fremont. The Model 3, the S, the Model X, the Y. 10,000 people there. So when I say again that they're being self-sufficient, look at all of the factories that not only just build cars, but the supercharger, the battery grade lithium, the mega pack, tool and die casting, battery manufacturing equipment, just all over in Canada. So they've got their hands all over the world to provide everything that's needed for their cars without having to outsource. All right, now let's go to one last thing. Remember I told you that I was going to show you how to take advantage of Tesla, whether bullish or bearish. So Tesla in and of itself, let's analyze it. It's trading at 178 with a value of 135. This, on the other side, on the bearish side, says that the stock is grossly overvalued. Why is that a problem? Because when stocks tend to be overvalued, over time, prices will tend to fall down to meet value. I've got a low level of Tesla trading at $135. That's the intrinsic value on the stock. Now, as I analyze it more, fundamentally, the company is sound. Relative value nicely above 1, relative safety. It's a safe stock. What's hurting it right now? RT. Why? Because of inflation. And this is why they're lowering their cars to get more people to buy, because the stock is not going in an uptrend right now. The CI is not there. Now let's talk a little bit more. The earnings per share is at $5.43. I expect to see that fall. Now they're still growing their earnings at 36%. Let's go see if that's going to continue to rise. But if they're dropping the prices on the car, most likely that's going to fall a little bit. Now, if you don't want to spend $178 to play Tesla, whether to the upside or to the downside, I've got 2 ETFs for you to take a look at. TSLA, that's playing Tesla to the upside. Instead of trading it at $178, why not jump into an ETF trading at $10.15? Notice that all 3 of these, Tesla and the 2 ETFs, are optionable, so you can even leverage your money more by playing the options, whether bullish. And on the bearish side, TSLQ trading at $49. Again, if I want to play it to the downside without having to short Tesla at $178, I can get into TSLQ at $49 or buy a put. Notice that on the ETFs, though, what's on the upside? TSLL has got an RT at 1.19 to the upside. So the bullish side of it is still there, even though the stock on its own is trading to the downside. You know what this tells me? That a lot of people are playing options on Tesla and they're still bullish. And that tells me even a little bit more why the stock is still grossly overvalued. The perception is there that Tesla is going to continue to rise. But I'm telling you, with what they're doing and what all they have, it's going to be tough for them to maintain all of those gigafactories, even the ones that are coming online. So my personal opinion is I think that Tesla's got some downside. I still think it's a fundamentally sound company, but I think that the state of inflation that we're in, until that gets better, Tesla's going to be under some selling pressure. Again, I've got a bottom line right now of about $135 to the downside. That's still a good price on a good quality stock, but I need the market. Remember, 80% of the stocks in the market move with the trend of the market. So if the market starts to pull back, Tesla, even as good as a company as it is, I think it's got some downside. But here's 2 other ETFs to play to help you in that mode as well, whether bullish or bearish. Folks, I hope you take something away from this video and get a better understanding of what's truly going on behind Tesla and make your decision on whether you want to be bullish or bearish. I think that Tesla has some downside, especially in the conditions that we are in from the standpoint of inflation. And they're telling you that by dropping the prices on the car. Folks, this video is over. And until the next time, see ya.